Hey, I'm having trouble with the sound, so if it echoes again, I'm not sure what to do. We might have the webinar on Google Hangouts instead. I just upgraded XSplit Broadcaster, so maybe that solved the issue, I'm not sure. Looks like it's working, so hopefully it won't crash again. I'm gonna try and link this into the forum because we had issues, so probably. So please let's wait a couple minutes till everyone finds the new link. Hey guys, so I posted in the forum and on our Facebook, so hopefully people will find the link now. Okay, so I can see the chat and looks like the sound's working fine. That's great, people are coming in. Maybe it was good that we had a delay because most people quit their job at this hour, so they're just about to get home or just coming home. Okay, guys, so if you're here, you can leave messages in the chat here. Chat should be working. I can see some of you saying hello. Alright, so the topic here is our new project, making the best trading education. We had a survey, we posted this in the forum, so still, if you haven't done it, go check it out. I can leave the link below in the description of this video, so you can check it out and leave your answers. You can also leave your answers here in the chat, but it would be great if you did the survey so we could gather the information. But we can also discuss here in the chat. So we are going to create new education. So we're going to build up on the Skype group that we have. We want to do more like daily webinars and more coaching, and so we want to take these strategies that we have, because we are a few live traders now, and we all have our unique techniques based on price actions. So we want to break that down and make it into strategies that are easier to learn. And of course, we're still going to focus on the experience and the price action. And this way, hopefully, it's easier to understand your education. We want to basically give you structure. So the few answers we already got from the survey pretty much says the same thing. They want more structure, and they want us to break down the education, more coaching, more webinars, and set up goals and tests. So that's the idea we have. And by the way, anyone joining or watching this after the webinar, just feel free to leave your thoughts, your suggestions. I will link to the survey in the description, so just click it and leave. Hey Tyrone, you're not that late, you just started. We got delayed because of sound issues, but an update seemed to have fixed it. So I want to know what you guys think. If you have been, whether you're a beginner or if you have a lot of experience, what are your thoughts on making the best trading education? So those of you who are here, you can already leave some pointers, some suggestions, some feedback in the chat, and we can discuss. You might have tested different groups or different services before, or you might have been studying on your own. So regardless, you can still give us some feedback, like what do you think is needed, what is lacking. And we have some ideas I want to share. I'm not going to share everything right now because it's very early stage, but I can share some of the ideas that we have, which hopefully is going to sound very interesting to you guys as well. So please, guys, leave some pointers, especially those of you whom I haven't been talking to before. I've already heard from Ingmar and Patrick, who are on the team. By the way, they're going to help me. So we can, so we're gonna have more coaches. They're already helping in the group a lot. Both Patrick and Ingmar, they're already sharing a lot of their positions and analyses. So They have really good trading techniques. They've been trading for a while now. Okay, so I get a question from Kay. That's nice. If I'm going to do primary, secondary, we were actually thinking like beginner, advanced, and master. Ingmar had a good ideas on that actually. So pretty much, I guess the answer is yes. So we're gonna have different sections, and when in each section, of course, we're gonna have different skills that you must master, and then after that you will have a test, so you can test yourself. What am I good at? What am I not good at? What do I need to work on better? What are my weak points, and what are my strong points? And then if you manage to pass that, you'll be upgraded to the next level. So I think this is needed because some of the answers I got today, for example, I was looking at it, seems like people might even be scared of asking questions because we're here to answer, and it seems like if they don't get it, they're not asking. So some are like lurkers or ninja traders, as we call them. They're in the background trading and they're not asking. So if we set it up like that with a structure, like you get belts in martial arts, then you will know if you have advanced or not, and what is needed to advance. And so we're going to also have some contests. That's one of the key points. We're going to focus on contests where you can not just win and brag about it, but actually make a few bucks on winning. So how frequently we have those, I'm not sure about right now, but definitely some sort of contests. So we are hoping that by setting these goals, like advancing and then getting to participate in contests, you will have something to look forward to, and it's going to make you want to move forward. So any other suggestions you guys want to discuss? We have, like I said, a lot of ideas, and we are still working on the structure. So feel free to share more ideas. We don't actually have Starbucks here in Sweden, so I don't know the analogy to Starbucks. But feel free to elaborate what you mean. Any ideas is welcomed at this point. Thanks, Ingmar. That would be great. Would give you some ideas. So the reason we're not just giving you all the ideas at once is that we want you to think for yourselves first, and this way you can help us maybe think about some things that we haven't been thinking about. Exactly, so that's a good point, Ingmar. And of course, like I said, Ingmar will be part of our team because he's a great trader and he's been showing that in forums and in the group. So this way, I think he has very good ideas. We've been discussing that. So these are some of the ideas that we have. Exactly. So basically what we want to provide is a more advanced academy of trading we're gonna go more in depth in the price action, like everything from volatility to supply and demand to volume, fake breakouts, and so basically we're gonna break down the mindset of traders. So today so far in our coaching we've been focusing a lot on just saying price action, but price action is like such a heavy thing. It's like saying chemistry, so doesn't really help to just say price action, so we have to really break it down and just saying focus on this, focus on understanding supply and demand, support and resistance, focus on understanding volatility, and then you can move on, and then you can put those things together and start trading. And another idea we have is that we want you to, in order to become, in order to keep your, how should I put this? When you get good, you pretty much become an asset for us in our school. In our academy, you become an asset, so we don't just want to lose you. So we have a lot of ideas on that too. I don't want to go more in depth, but so I get the question about indicators. Well, the problem with indicators is that there are so many. There are like literally thousands of indicators, and it's possible that we can focus on a few of them. Like for example, I know Ingmar is good at using volume as an indicator. I like EMAs, so we could focus on some of the indicators as a guide, like EMA and volume are two at the top of my head, also stochastic maybe. So definitely, but we don't want to overdo it with indicators, because the more you focus on indicators, and that's the problem with most beginners, and that's also one of the problems when we were making this survey. I was thinking that maybe beginners don't understand that you don't need a lot of indicators. So if we ask them the question, they're just going to tell us, give me the best 5-minute trading strategy, and what are the best indicators. So in regards to indicators, yeah, we will cover some of those who we are using and we believe have been good, but you need to, the focus must be the price itself, the techniques. So the more you understand the price, the less you're going to need the indicators. So and also another thing is that pretty much most of these indicators we have already reviewed them at Binary Options at thatsucks.com. So if you go there, most of these indicators are already categorized. They're already come with basic articles. They're already explained there. So if anyone is interested in an indicator that we're not even using, they can go check it out. So yes, some indicators need to be explained so that you know how you can benefit from them. Like I said, volume, moving averages, stochastic. It's good to know them. But since the focus is the experience, the market movements, the volatilities, the price patterns, how to get that correct mindset about finding the breakouts and patterns, then you will understand that the more you understand that, the less you're going to focus on the indicators, the less you're going to need those indicators. So I get a question from Tyrone. So here you go, we have like the chart in the background. So Tyrone is asking, how would you know if to do a put or a call option when it hits that resistance? So we have this resistance. This is the things that we're going to discuss that we already teach in the group. Like for example, in this case, you would not just I did recently a video on this. Actually, I actually pretty much explained this yesterday. If you check that video, Tyrone, I explained this exact area, and I said that we're not jumping in on this pin bar just like that because of it being a pin bar, because it reached the resistance and it's a pin bar. We're not going to just jump in, because we look at the previous patterns we see what was necessary for the drop to happen. We see that it broke the pattern. That's why I have this line here. I'm waiting, and it did not break my line. So this is what price action means. It's not an indicator that's deciding this, but it's the market itself. So I'm not just going to go put against this large candle. You see large daily candle, very bullish, very strong. So I would not go against it. I would want the previous patterns to repeat, to have a breakout and then follow this. And then I also want to have a target. Where is my target? I don't just blindly trade. I want to know where I'm trading towards, what I'm trading towards. And if price continues down, I will have to draw multiple targets, like step by step, and trade in those directions. So please look at the forecast videos. I have a full price action playlist and forecast playlist on these subjects, on how I would know and when I would trade it. And I have a lot of live examples as well from both binary options and forex trades. You can watch me how I planned them, how I forecasted, how I predicted a target, and how I traded them. So please watch those videos if you want answer to those questions. So let's focus on the education in general itself. Exactly, thank you, Ingmar. For the newcomers and latecomers, focus is what education do you need to become a successful trader? What do you think? Obviously, if you're not an expert, what you think you might need might not be the right thing. I know it's hard to say. It's like when you go to the doctor, you might think you need painkillers, but maybe you need an operation. So that's how it is. Maybe you come here and you think, oh, I need the best 5-minute trading strategy with 90% win rate, because you've been seeing that on all other YouTube channels, and you think that's what you need, and you think that's something that exists. And then you think, okay, so give me the best indicators so I can do that. And then we say, that's not gonna happen. So so yeah, that's good, Tyrone, and you have something to watch. So any other suggestions, any other thoughts? It's good. I think you guys have some good things, because it starts a debate here, discussion. So that's good. Keep sharing your ideas. What do you think of the idea of the contest, by the way? I mentioned we want to do, not sure how frequent we can do that. We want to have a contest with prizes, like first place, second place, maybe even third place. Okay, so I got a question. Yeah, so something everyone will tell you is that you need a lot of screen time, right? You need a lot of screen time. You need to watch the screen. You need to watch the chart, a lot of chart time. And believe it or not, there are people who I know have been trading for 10 years still. They haven't discovered a simple thing like a channel or a trend line or a pattern. So screen time alone is useless if you don't know what to look for. So basically what you need is charting time. You need to sit down and plot charts and find those patterns, and that's really hard to do as a beginner, and this is what we want to break down. And this is why I'm also not so in favor of the indicators, because as soon as you plot those indicators on your chart, you're gonna take the focus away from the price action, and you're gonna look at those indicators, and you're gonna do what they tell you to do, and things are not gonna turn out well. So do we have any way to describe it into the lesson? I'm not sure what you mean by describing it, but if you mean time, I mean, there is nothing we can do about making them spend time, so they have to spend time on their own. But what we can do, which is the plan, is that we will provide them daily charting. Like we will say that every day you're gonna have 2 sessions where we show you live trade. We're gonna find setups like here, and then you can buy use the techniques that you have learned to trade this. So in a way, it is a little bit hand-holding, but also at the same time you will have to use your own skills. And then hopefully with the tests and the contests, it's going to boost you up so that you learn more and you advance faster. So that's the idea. So let's see what Ingmar is saying. Trust, exactly. Exactly. So psychology and basically what Ingmar is talking about is psychology. Psychology is something I haven't been working on, I admit, in the group. I've been mostly just throwing out the technicals and told them don't gamble. So psychology will be something we will be working with, and is pretty much becomes automatic. So we're going to have to set up some structure for that as well. Of course, we have some plans for that. But of course, when you have these daily webinars when we go through together, then it's easier for you when you know, okay, I have to wait for this setup now. We found this setup, so let's not do anything. Like for example, you see here, I'm not just going to short this because I want to short it. I really do want to short it, like from here to here, right? It would be fun, right? It will be a lot of pips, but I'm not going to do it because I've done my homework now. I spent just a few minutes, did my homework, and it tells me I can't trade. And so that's, for me, that's pretty much all the psychology. So then I have to just look at some other assets. But of course, it's not enough for the beginner who hasn't been charting for 5 years. So we're gonna have to set some plans. But as you advance, the idea is that you will also advance psychology-wise. So from K, I hope I'm saying your name right, K. Exams idea. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. So exams could be different. It could be let people take trades. I would say let them take trades on a demo. Why on previous charts? It's better if they do it live, but on a demo. I mean on live price, but on a demo. Or let them show you for the day what setups they found, what charts they found, and when we do a webinar, they can compare their charts and their setups, and they can also compare with each other. Like today, I entered here. Like for example, let's say you'd entered a trade here, and then you would discuss this with your friend. I entered here, and then he would say, "Oh, but I had another entry, I found it drawing this other line," and so on, and I entered here. So you can learn from each other as well, new perspectives. So that's one type of exam. Another is just questions. We have those on bots, so those could be fun for, especially for beginners. So as you advance, the tests become harder. When you are more advanced in the advanced group, then yes, exams will be maybe on previous charts. So if you're a master, you have to do it live or on a demo. So that's a good idea. But we have some things in mind for as a bonus. So trading live is going to actually be necessary in the later courses when you reach advanced and master level. Absolutely, that will happen too. Like for example, what patterns you see on this chart, or where would you place your trend line, or similar things like we do. Where is the channel? Do you find a triangle or whatever? So of course we could use charts on exams, but that's more in detail what to do. But of course, it's a good idea. So like I said, that's a good idea for separating the levels. If you're a beginner, maybe just a simple quiz. If you're advanced, then yes, we involve charts If you're above advanced, you involve demo trading. If you're even above that, you need live trading. So, of course. So any other ideas? Like I said, we have a ton of ideas. We pretty much been brainstorming. We have so many notes, and what we came up with seems like there is not something similar in the market. Like Ingmar wrote before, most educations are so costly. They cost like thousands of dollars, and our thoughts have been, so if they're charging thousands of dollars and they really believe their education is so good, what happens when you get good? I mean, do they really believe that you're going to become good? If they do so, then why would they not want to keep you staying with them and investing, trading for them, trading with them, and sharing your knowledge? So why just take your money and then have you leave? That makes no sense. Like in my case, when we're just a small Skype group right now, but still the people who've come, it's been great to have them after they learned, like Ingmar and Patrick and many others, so they stayed and they're sharing their information. So that's also something that builds trust for me, that we will want a service that wants you to stay around, and for that we have some ideas on that which we will share with you, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be really exciting. Exactly, we have some fun articles on bosses that explain different types of traders, but those are mostly the sucker is pretty much the gambler, someone who doesn't learn first. So do you guys believe that education is important? The thing is that most traders, 90-95% of forex traders, retail traders, they lose thousands of dollars within just weeks or within the first period of starting to trade. So they spend a lot of money because they think they're gonna get rich tomorrow. They spend thousands of dollars, not on education, just on trading. Some of them have a good run in the beginning, then they lose it all, and that's when they remember, oh, I need an education. Yes, trading diaries will always be very good. What we're gonna do, we will always promote people from to keep diaries. And yes, we like Ingmar said, we do have some good ideas with that combination. So any other ideas, guys? I'm glad we finally got this webinar working. So like I said, we do have a survey. Please go and check it out. Before the end of the month, we will at the end of the month, that's the last day for doing the survey. After that, we will close it, we will gather the data. Hopefully we get a lot of nice responses from you, and you put them together with what we have understood, what ideas we have ourselves. Yes, go ahead, Kai. We want any feedback we can get. So why do you think it's difficult to do the survey? Is it because you think that as a beginner you still don't even know what you need? That was actually one of my concerns when I did this survey. I thought maybe we should have our ideas in there and then have people just click on them and rate them or something like that and just select the best ones. But we want you to think and come up with what you think would be nice. Like, for example, the part that says, the question that says, how do you think, what makes you learn easier? What makes learning easier? That I don't think it has to even be related to trading. So I think you could at least answer that question. It's not hard. At least you must have learned other things in life, like going to school or whatever. So you probably know some things you learn faster, like maybe you liked biology class better than math because, I don't know, a teacher used to draw a lot of pictures or something like that. Absolutely, we can also do these types of rating questions later after we gotten your ideas. So we can do another poll with just our ideas and your ideas and then have them be rated. But nevertheless, try to do the survey. Just think of what you know, what you would like to know. I mean, how you think education could be done easier. And but I agree that it's hard to answer as a beginner. So I think this was a fun discussion. We got some ideas going on here and I answered some questions. And so if you come up with anything else, just let us know. And we are always in the Skype group. We are in the forum as well. You can leave a comment below this video regarding this. Sure, I could ask you guys some questions. So one of the concerns is that if we do daily webinars, the thing is that most people, they cannot focus more than maybe 30 minutes. Most people lose focus more after 30 minutes or even 45 minutes. I know, I've been to college. We used to have like 45 to 50 minutes of seminar, and then we would have 5 minutes resting time. I know already after 30 minutes most people would have lost energy, lost focus. So obviously we're not going to be able to do webinars 10 hours per day. So it will be limited, like maybe 2 45-minute sessions or 2 30-minute sessions, or what's needed at the moment. So maybe a good idea would be to record those, and for people who cannot attend or want to watch it later, maybe if they lost focus, they were tired or they were working, so they can watch that later. Of course, as we get more coaches in the future, as you guys become better traders and hopefully you guys become coaches, we can do more webinars. Maybe one day in the future we're doing webinars every hour, all day, different traders, different assets. What do you guys think of the ideas of us putting what we know together as a package to trade, like a strategy? So for example, a strategy for trading channels, finding and trading channels, a strategy for finding and trading triangles, a strategy for finding and trading a bull market, or something like that. Do you think that would be more interesting than just smushing everything together and calling it price action? What do you guys think of that? That's one of the ideas we have. Like I said, if you are late or haven't or watching this after we're not live, you can just leave comment below what you think, your ideas, and feel free to click the link in the description and do the survey. I'm going to put the link immediately after this webinar is closed. I'm going to go and put it in the description. And it's also in the forum, it's on our Facebook page, thatsucks.com. So you guys say more structure is necessary, that's good. So you agree with the strategizing, the techniques to fit different market conditions, so you better know what to use, and that's good. So you guys agree on that. So I got a good suggestion here. What do you guys think, what would you say frustrates you the most during either learning or trading? What is it that's very annoying? What is frustrating? Where do you find it more struggling or confusing even? Regarding articles, yeah, exactly. So you guys agree with the breaking it down and strategizing each step. So regarding articles, what do you guys think? Because I think some of you wanted some articles as well, and illustrations. Illustrations I completely agree with, and this is where the daily webinars come in, where we can live analyze the market together, find those setups, find those channels, find those triangles that I'm talking about, and find those uniquely, because the patterns that we're talking about is not your common head and shoulders. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the patterns that occur on a daily basis, even on an hourly basis, and we want to look at them. And to find them, we have to look at fresh charts, new charts every day together, until you can see them yourselves. Yeah, so Tyrone says what is annoying is that finding trends, basically. So identifying trends. Yes, identifying trends can be very difficult. It's all about your perspective, somewhat. For example, here, if you're looking at the chart on the monthly, you will see that it's in an uptrend. If you go to the weekly charts, see it's still going up. You go down to the daily charts, and now you see you have a downtrend. So this is why we break it down. We use multi-time frame analyzers to break it down, and then identify is our lower target reached, and then we base our trades off of that, each step which is broken. So these are things that we also already discuss in the group. So also, guys, remember, if something is not clear, always let us know in the group. And so these things we'll be breaking it down so you can tell better what's going on in the market. So what else have you guys been discussing? Yeah, so like Patrick says, obviously you will all be trading price action techniques that you learn, but you will, based on your own experience. I mean, some people can become very good at finding channels and trading them. Others might be trading very good at trading fundamentals. So absolutely, you will be setting your own touch on your trading skills as well. So definitely something to focus on. Yes, we have a similar personality test, but it's on thatsucks.com. I can link it in the group later, which I actually made myself. It was a funny test, but this was more like finding if you're a gambler or so. So we can do a similar one, but more in depth about what kind of trader you are. No, it's actually a good idea to learn what your strongest point is. Something I've experienced myself is that markets also shape you. I mean, there was a long period I was only doing reversals, and it was working absolutely great. So the market was just fit for it. It was working for me. So markets can change. Because of the patterns, because of the volatility, when it changes, you must adapt to it. So I believe more in that you need to adapt to the market rather than just crossing your arms and saying, no, I only want to trade support lines. So that might, in the long run, not benefit you. So it's better to try to learn what the market's telling you and then do as it says, follow the trends and patterns. So one last thing, guys, regarding education. What do you think? What would you set if I asked you for a value? What would you value education? I mean, it's hard to say that now because you have to compare it to something. You have to see what the service in question is offering, obviously, but what would you think is a good value on something that's gonna some organized service with continuous coaching and webinars and a structure? To put that in perspective, a lot of price action services cost thousands of dollars. So obviously that's not something we intend to do. We want people to be able to join. Without spending all their savings. I know it's hard to answer, but like I said, if anyone is watching later, please leave a comment what you think and click the survey link and check it out and leave your answers. Tyrone is saying a place to ask questions about the learning stuff. We will have that. That will be the whole point of the service, where you can join webinars on a daily basis and ask not just us, you can ask each other, you can ask us during those webinars, during the one-on-one coaching, which I will personally offer. So obviously, the whole point of the service would be a place to ask questions, and will be available on Skype as well and on YouTube. So I'm pretty much in the forum. I'm everywhere. So when it comes to asking me questions, it's the easiest thing to do. I'm on YouTube. I'm pretty much answering within minutes. I'm on Community Traders in the forum. We are on Facebook. We are on Skype. So we're pretty much everywhere. It's hard to miss us. And when it comes to a chat, yes, we're intending to use a platform. I'm looking at either GoToMeeting or EasyTalks. So it already has a chat, and it's going to allow us to do webinars. Obviously, those things cost as well. The better the platform, the more costly. So okay, guys, we're almost heading 1 hour. Thanks for joining. Sorry for the delay. Don't forget to do the survey. I'll put the link in the description. And if you have any other ideas, like I said, we are in the forum. We are on Skype. I'm here on YouTube. Leave a comment below, and hopefully you will leave us a lot of good ideas, and we will take those into consideration. So thanks again for joining. Thanks for questions and suggestions. And I see you next time. Maybe we can soon also do a charting webinar as well. All right, guys.